Welcome back. Let's get you some more news from the city now. Almost everyone passes through T Nagar area, especially for shopping, and everywhere you go, you can possibly hear complaints of how crowded the area has become. And let's not forget, you never know where the road ends and the pavement begins because of encroachments of all kinds. But one particular form of encroachment is making life rather impossible for the residents there. My colleague Pratiksha Ramkumar visited the area and brings you this report.
There, residents cannot step out of their homes after 6 in the evening. And if you are wondering why the curfew in Sarangapani Road, it is because of the slum dwellers who have encroached almost to the doorsteps.
குழந்தைகளை விட்டு வீட்டு விட்டு வெளியிலே போக முடியல மேம். பார்க்கிங் கூட எதுவுமே பண்ண முடியல. எல்லாரும் வந்து படுத்துப்பாங்க. ட்ரிங்க்ஸ் பண்ணி மோஸ்ட்லி படுத்துப்பாங்க ஃபுல்லா. ஒரு மாதிரி ஆல்கஹால் ஸ்மெல் வரும். சம்டைம்ஸ் வீட்டுக்கு கூட பாதி பேர் வந்துருவாங்க. 2-3 பேர் வந்திருக்காங்க.
20 years ago, this road, the Sarangapani Road, was 20 feet wide, but now it's hardly 7 feet. And 7 years ago, in 2004, the High Court ordered these encroachments to be removed after a PIL was filed. But nothing has changed. The encroachments have grown both in size and in menace, say residents.
நிறைய noise pollution இருக்கு. நார்மலா ஏதாவது death or some function உடனே stage நடு ரோட்ல they will put a stage ஷாமியானா எல்லாம் போட்டுட்டு they'll keep a speakers. Next school vans வராது. roads வழியா வர முடியாது அவங்களால morning.
Blocked drains, electricity cables that suddenly malfunction, and even entrances turning into public conveniences. There are plenty of issues here. When we contacted the Corporation Commissioner, he promised to look into it. The residents, though, have given up. They say when encroachments on Usman Road openly exist, little-known residential areas hardly figure on the priority list. In Chennai, Pratiksha Ramkumar for NDTV Hindu.
Moving on, there is madness in their methods, and yet the method in their madness is unmistakable. These battle-scared veterans of the civil services exams have triumphed over the proverbial Achilles heel to emerge as winners. But with societal constraints, financial limitations and other pressures mounting, these achievers insist that the journey to the top was not without its fair share of trials and tribulations.
She may be your future collector. Meet Divya Darshani, who weathered the failures and also difficult odds consistently to top the exams. And the numero uno calls Namma Chennai her home.
No, I expected a good rank, but never to top civil services.
Right.
I didn't want to be an outsider complaining about the system. Right. I wanted to get into the system and make a difference there.
The state has also managed to churn out dozens of such achievers, with a couple more who feature in the top 10.
I cried, he cried, my parents cried because why I chose my brother, because he was always supportive through the way. I dedicate this success into my entire family.
What was your first reaction? What was running into your head?
Just asked, is it so?
While repeated failures and societal pressure haunted a few, small city grounding and financial handicaps troubled others.
Last 7-8 months I'm just unemployed. So that's a big thing, and 28 years being unemployed is not a very easy thing to do. So my family actually supported a lot in this. Because society always questions you in these kind of absurd.
We are a very, very financially very struggling family. So we are always been finding it hard to pull up our education.
The magical tales of these achievers, which began from the hinterland of Tamil Nadu, seem to be heading skywards. You may call it idealism, but listen to their aims now.
That is, I have given my first option as IPS. I was always interested in police force. So I have fight to improve the image of the police, corruption.
What I want to do is get into the administrative structure and work for the people and address their issues. That's the main thing why I want to join IAS.
A never-say-die attitude and words of encouragement that they spout clearly indicates that this new breed of civil servants is ready to walk the talk. In Chennai, this is Ashmit Kumar for NDTV Hindu.
Well, guess tonight will be a sleepless night for those three as the achievement just about sinks in. Now, in the big national news today, it's been a huge blow for victims of the Bhopal gas tragedy who were hoping for a tougher punishment against those responsible for the gas leak. The Supreme Court today refused to reopen the case and slammed the CBI, which had filed a curative petition seeking stringent charges against the accused. The court said after 14 years, there was no satisfactory explanation from the CBI and the MP government for filing a curative petition. The CBI's petition had asked for enhanced charges against the accused in the tragedy, who had just got 2 years imprisonment for the disaster that claimed over 15,000 lives in the December of 1984 and affected several thousands more.
The GOM, in its due wisdom, decided to go for a curative petition on this. After obtaining the opinion from the learned Attorney General of India, we have filed the curative petition, and the Supreme Court, in its wisdom, has dismissed it. So we will abide by the decision. I don't want to pass any value judgment, particularly after the judgment on the curative petition has come. Very fact that we have given more compensation, we released a lot of money from the government of India, we came to their rescue, this all on record.
It is going to be a very long battle, and we waited for such a long time, means for decades, and now I do not know how much time it will take. And the most important thing is, which you pointed out, that persons who are absconding like Anderson and others, there is nothing which has been stated, because as far as Anderson is concerned, the charge is under 304 Part 2, and he has to be tried for that offence.
Well, staying with national news, at the crack of dawn at the zone known as the epicenter of the violence by farmers against land acquisition, they had a surprise visitor, Rahul Gandhi, who arrived riding pillion on a motorbike. The village is still tense after violence by farmers protesting against their lands being taken away for the Yamuna Expressway project. It was quite surprising that Mayawati's police, deployed in the area in large numbers, failed to notice the Congress General Secretary when he reached the Delhi suburb in a motorbike at around 4 in the morning. It was only when he began meeting farmers and heard their grievances that the policeman recognized Mr. Gandhi, who has often slipped out of his security cordon in the past to meet people. Moving to news from Maharashtra, students of the Tata Institute of Social Sciences have been protesting against the Environment Minister Jairam Ramesh. The students boycotted the convocation ceremony at the institute to express solidarity with the protesters opposing the Jetapur nuclear project. Mr. Ramesh, who was the chief guest for the 71st convocation of TISS, said he is in fact used to black flags. He added that the last time when he came over to the TISS, there were black flags for Bhopal and this time for Jetapur.
We the people who are fighting against this Jetapur plant, and we are with the people. So therefore we are protesting. It's a peaceful protest. We want to show our solidarity with the people of Jetapur and everywhere where people are fighting against injustice.
Well, plenty of international buzz coming your way on the bulletin. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.